Do you ever feel like burying yourself in 600 pounds of wet snow just for funsies? No? Oh. Well, Criss Angel does. Welcome to my internet show about internet things. My name is Carter, and how are you doing today? We're gonna be watching together today Criss Angel Mind Freak. Who is Criss Angel, you might ask? Criss, because that's the spelling of that. Criss Angel is a magician, illusionist, and rock star who got so popular doing his magic live shows that a popular channel picked him up for his own series from 2005 to 2010 called Criss Angel Mind Freak. And that channel was A&E. You know, the same channel that does Duck Dynasty, Dog the Bounty Hunter, and Paranormal Cops.
I find it a little difficult to believe.
Criss Angel Mind Freak is among one of those amazing shows. And I used to eat it up. I mean, I really thought that everything he did was insane and mind-blowing. Because I was 9, I decided to give the show another shot. It's a lot less mind-blowing, but it is definitely way more insane than I remember. So let's just dive right into the episode. Season 5, Episode 1, White Death. Each episode starts with Criss Angel introducing the big trick that he'll do at the end. And this trick is supposedly very dangerous, has never been tried before, and should never be tried. And he explains it in the most enthusiastic way I've ever seen.
I'm on top of Mammoth Mountain, here in the Sierra Nevadas, 10,000 feet above sea level, to attempt my most dangerous escape of all time.
One thing I love about this show is the editors. They are working so hard to make this show as intense as it could possibly be. And it's just really funny how his demeanor and what is coming out of his mouth is completely opposite of each other. Today, I went to the store with my mom. Then, we went and got McDonald's. After that, I took a nap. After Criss's introduction, he has a few people to further explain the trick, in case you're dumb and you didn't get it. And that includes his manager, his brothers, and then Mind Freak consultants? Huh? They're just more magicians. They're actually there to help Criss with all of his stunts. So yeah, they're kind of a big deal. So after introducing the big trick, they head to the streets for some fun street magic. Yes, Criss Angel is a magician, but did you know he's also a comedian?
We are here at one of my favorite places in Las Vegas, Fremont Street, where you can get anything for $1. Right?
Right? Am I right? Guys, please laugh. I really need this. The swagger this guy has is incredible. Sideways hat, whatever kind of hair that is, the jeans, the rock shirt. You can really tell this guy is a rock star magician in that fit. So for this trick, he takes a woman's ring and puts it on his jeans and it disappears. What?
Do we have a knife for me? I need a knife. Where's my knife? Can I get a knife?
I need a knife. I need a knife. I need a knife. Can someone please get me a knife? This is urgent, as you can tell. And just to show it's not in the patch of his jeans, he easily rips the basting stitch off the horribly weird placed patch on his jeans and, oh my gosh, it's not there! What is he gonna do? Like, cut into a skin and the ring is gonna be in there or something?
I'm gonna cut my skin.
Oh.
Is that your ring?
I wouldn't wear that ring.
Oh god, oh god! Oh, it hurts! Oh. I actually just dropped it. It was on the floor. No need to panic, everybody. What just happened? I mean, that's gotta be fake, right? That does not look like real blood to me. I mean, it's really disgusting, but if you fingered your... Okay. If you fingered a hole into your leg and found a ring, I don't think the blood would look like ketchup and corn syrup. Obviously, everyone is a mix of amazed,
Criss Angel is one crazy mother...
disgusted, and horrified.
It's crazy.
Criss pulled a ring from his flesh, and I thought I would faint.
And that woman is a robot. And to show that the scene is finished, he eats the camera. Now, after traumatizing random civilians, he decides to ride his bike to the theater and give out some autographs. And of course, they beg for a performance, so naturally, he gives them what they want. But it would be so funny if he didn't.
I have to go. I have 2 shows tonight. I'll see you at the show. I gotta get ready. Bye-bye.
For his next trick, he has a pen and paper and goes around to ask people for a bunch of random numbers.
U
L
L
N.
N. You love nothing.
After he gets all of his letters and numbers together, Criss is absolutely flabbergasted that 2 people chose the number 5.
45, very interesting. Look at the 5 here, look at the 5 there. We end with 2 5s. We started with your 5, we went over there. You went to 4.
But then forgets everything about that, and it just turns out to be a license plate.
Right there. 5 U L N 7 4 5. Right there.
Now, I have no idea how any of this happens, but do I believe anything that's happening on screen? No. No, I do not. But the audience goes crazy and is once again the most shocked they will be in their lives. Until 2020. And once again, he eats the camera. Now he's on a rooftop to do his magic show because that's where magic shows take place, in case you didn't know.
With all the different demonstrations that I've been successful in doing, the one I wanted to do for you today is a demonstration that brings me back, way back to my roots.
He then asks the audience to confirm there's nothing in the air that could lift him, and they say no. When there's obviously a bird, I'm not sure how they missed that one.
And I'm gonna need a box. You grab just a box. The big box actually has the garbage in there. Take that out. The big one. Yes. No, grab the one because that's gonna collapse. The other one looks like it's a little sturdier.
Now this seems very unessential to the show, but I am so glad they kept it in. He takes the 2 ropes, which he prepared beforehand. Suspicious. And puts it through the box. Then he gets an absolutely insane fan to make sure he isn't trying to trick anyone for his magic trick.
Okay.
I got to touch you.
Oh, thank you.
Ugh, I don't like that.
See that? Nothing above me? And
Oh my god! He's floating! He's levitating!
now throw some rocks under there, boys. Throw some rocks.
Dude, if I could do that, I'd be running it downtown, you know what I'm saying? So next he has a fun shopping date with his girl at the ski resort to get ready for being buried alive. Woohoo! While his girlfriend goes and shops, the random people and workers get to see Criss perform. So he whips out a deck of cards, lays them on his arm, throws them up in the air, and then he gets the card right. You got me. That was a pretty good one. Pretty cool shot, Criss. Pretty cool shot. Tell me how you did that. Tell me how you did that. The crowd goes feral once again, and then he rides his bike out of the store, like every other normal person does. And we are finally at the spot where he's going to do his big final trick. I'm just kidding. Snowball Fight! So next, the Mind Freak consultants unveil how hard Criss has been training for this trick. Because I don't know if you know this, but if you're too cold, you could die. And when you go like underground in a coffin covered in 600 pounds of snow, you could even die harder. I'm sorry, did I say 600 pounds? I meant 5,000 pounds of snow. I am not going back to record all that, but it is 5,000 pounds, not 600. So they started by giving him ice baths. Then he would practice picking locks and walk-in freezers to make sure he could pick the lock. When it came time to being in the coffin, his fingies would be cold. And his fingies will be hard to move, kind of. So it's pretty cool that he practiced that. I'm just saying. Finally, we're at Mammoth Mountain. And Criss talks about how this is the most dangerous trick he has ever tried. And then there's about 10 more minutes of Mind Freak consultants explaining this trick is dangerous because, in case you didn't know, he could die. Criss is just an adrenaline junkie, right? Like, in what world would you ever want to do this? So he gives out a camera to have a spectator point of view. Spav. I guess to make sure that the audience at home knows that what he's doing is 100% real.
Missy.
I wish I didn't see that. So he puts the handcuffs on, and it's finally time for him to get into the coffin. After 15 minutes in the snow, he has the cuffs off. He's starting to panic, which is making me panic. All of a sudden, the snow concaves, which is absolutely terrifying. Why are you standing on him? Get off!
Don't stand on it. Oh my god.
It's obviously a super, super tense situation. Everyone thinks he's dead.
Criss told me, no matter what happens, to wait. He gave me explicit instructions for us not to go in there and get him no matter what.
Guess how long they wait? A full hour until they decide to do anything about it. And if I can just say this, hear me out. I'd be bored. Hey, I'm just saying, how many people paid to see this thing? Just waiting an hour in the freezing cold? Like, boring! But right in the nick of time, when all hope was lost, he emerges from the snow. Yeah, he's not dead! Woo! But he's like practically dead because he's been in the snow for an hour because he wanted to be. And then roll credits. That's it. So yeah, this Criss guy is pretty okay. I'm glad I got to revisit that because it was hilarious. Thank you so much for watching my video. What a good ending to this. Let me know if you want to see anything specifically. If not, I will see you next week. Or maybe sooner.